college power rankings because there's probably not a whole lot of movement. All of the top teams in the college football world all won. Mm-hmm. So the only change I've made, I still have Clemson at 4. I still have Georgia at 3. I just flopped OSU and Bama. So Bryce Young is healthy and he doesn't. I said that we were talking earlier. You said you're talking. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be shocked if we've seen our last bit of Bryce Young in Alabama. Yeah. What does he have to lose? He's already making millions with NIL deals. He's going to be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft, guaranteed. He hurt his shoulder, his throwing shoulder. You should just rest it. Yeah, what else? Yeah. What do you have to lose? You have everything to lose. What do you have to gain from playing these games? Nothing. I dropped Bama down to 2 because their backup didn't look good, and they very easily could have lost to Texas A&M.
They had a play call from Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, if Jimbo Fisher doesn't absolutely choke that last
no
play
time
call.
on the clock was sort of route that's not even into the end zone.
Let's not even throw for the touchdown here. Let's throw it short. Maybe it wasn't.
So dumb.
Maybe it's a QB. I don't know. Either way, I put OSU. I move Ohio State up to 1, drop Bama to 2, but keep Georgia at 3, Clemson at 4, and then Michigan and USC are my next 2 teams. Sage, what do you got for us? Any difference in your last weeks?
Yeah, I'm dropping Bama as well. I think I have them number 1. I'm switching them with Georgia.
Yeah.
Keep them the same.
I like that. Colin, what are you doing? What do you got going on?
Okay, so last week I was the first to go, and it was kind of on the spot right before we started the show. I had completely forgot about Clemson.
Yeah.
I didn't even have them in an honorable mention. And they just played the 2 toughest games they're going to play at Wake Forest.
Yeah.
I don't know if they played at NC State or if it was NC State at Clemson.
It was NC State at Clemson.
But they were a top 10 team, NC State. Well, they're right around 10.
They were number 10.
So I just totally blanked on Clemson. But I still don't have them in my top 4. I have them in my honorable mention. I also have added Tennessee to my honorable mention.
This game's huge. Tennessee and Alabama. Awesome football game. Guess who works on Saturday? Me. Tough weekend to have to work.
That schedule around.
Tough weekend to have to work, man.
Saturdays every other, maybe Sundays permanently off.
That's what I would love.
So yeah, honorable mentions. I had Clemson, I had Tennessee, and I moved Ohio State from the honorable mentions into my top 4, and I moved USC out. Not because either team lost. It's just I watched that Ohio State game, and I don't know who the hell is stopping that off. Marvin Harrison Jr.
They look dominant.
Unreal, just as good as his dad.
Yeah, seriously.
And they've still got like a top 5 prospect in Jackson Smith and Jake Boudreaux.
Who I don't even know if he played.
No, he's not playing right now. He's hurt, and they're still molly-whopping people.
Yeah.
So those are my 3 teams. I have USC, Clemson, Tennessee as the honorable mentions, just outside the top 4. I moved Michigan from 3 to 4 this week. Not because they looked bad. They were tied at half with Indiana, which is not the best look, but they ended up winning by 3 tuds.
Yeah.
No shocker there. I moved Bama from 1 to 3 on my rankings just because they didn't really look great, and who knows how long this backup's going to be playing. Always probably a 5-star backup.
Yeah, you know it's a 5-star recruiter. He has to be.
So we'll see. They just didn't look great in their win, even though they won. So I moved them back a couple of spots. I moved Ohio State from honorable mention to number 2.
Yeah.
Just because they look damn good.
And
then I moved Georgia from 2 to 1 because they just destroyed. I didn't even remember who they played.
Yeah. Nobody very good, I don't think.
They just destroyed.
Okay, I like that. Addison, who you got?
This week, my honorable mentions, I've got Tennessee. This game's huge. I've got Michigan and Ohio State still sitting out. Ohio State doesn't play this week, so I have them on the outside. I know that's sort of weird prior to the week, but just they'd get moved in my mind because they just wouldn't have another good win.
Right.
For Michigan, this is a huge game. Penn State, they're going to Mays out. Big game for Michigan at home. Like they got Penn State's 10 in the country. Right?
How are they 10?
Yeah, I don't know how Penn State is
undefeated Big Ten team.
I think their best win was at Purdue.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And they won at
They're
Auburn.
5-0.
I will say if Illinois is ranked 25th, something weird.
No, true.
24.
So this week I could see Michigan maybe sneaking into my top 4. I think Ohio State's going to stay still. I mean Tennessee. Let's see this game against Bama. My 4, I actually dropped Bama from 2 to 4. Bryce Young injury is huge. They've looked not as good in a couple games, and I mean they had Bryce Young against Texas, and there were question marks. I brought that up last week. So it's not that I don't think they're not Alabama, but is it as good as they've always been? Are they as clean? Is everyone catching up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is it finally everyone else is able to get all these amazing prospects as well? 3, I've got USC. Colin, you said their offense, man. Holy cow. Caleb Williams is just...
the best player.
No, their offense is legit. And this is another reason why I have Ohio State out, is I think they could get really comfortable in. This is a huge game for USC against Utah. Utah's
good.
They choked away their chance of competing for a playoff. Yes. Florida lost, and then they lost last week as well, which sort of was shocking. But
that was the biggest Hall of Fame cover job.
Oh, Oh my
Pick
god.
six.
That was awesome. for you.
4-2 Utah, pretty much to save their season and an idea of is this going to be a throwaway? I mean, they're going to be 4-3 if they lose to USC. There's a huge Pac-12 game. You know, it's late. It's just
At Utah, too.
yeah. Give me USC at 3. This is a huge week for 3 and 4. They're both. I mean, a lot of these teams are playing really good football, and that's how it's going to be the farther we go. But 2, Clemson, Colin, you said it. Their hardest competition's out of the way.
Yep.
They won those games. DJ, their quarterback, he looks great. I mean, he compared to last year, just throw that away, put it behind him. I mean, it's not real. I mean, that's clearly wasn't him. He might have been hurt, something.
You didn't want to give that last name a shot?
Ukulele, or yeah.
You'll be throwing touchdowns down there.
Yeah, no, he's the man. Yeah, Clemson's offense is real, and Dabo's got that defense jumping. I think Georgia's still number 1. Hard to take away the reigning champs with the same team practically on offense. The defense, you know, they did lose about 6-7 guys. So
All first round talent.
we'll see the longer the year goes. But I mean, Clemson, you know, with them at 2, they're going to Florida State. They're only a 3.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
So they're expecting that to be a good game, you know. And I mean, it probably will be. But we'll see. There could be some change in mind next week. You know, Michigan wins, Tennessee. I mean, if they win, you know,
Yeah,
they're
that's
obviously
huge.
jumping. USC, they got a big game. I think Georgia and Clemson will be there for a while, but once Ohio State, not that I don't think they're damn good, just win a couple more games. And there's only 4 teams though right now, and that's tough to. Can't take out Bama, can't take out Georgia. Clemson's won some really tough games, and USC looks better than you on offense. So
Yeah.
If USC beats Utah this week, do they play UCLA? Yeah, they have to.
they have to.
I think
yeah.
the weekend after.
By the
I
way,
think those
shout
are
out
those two.
USC, UCLA. Cannot wait till they are in the Big Ten.
That's gonna be
Cannot wait.
awesome.
That is gonna be cool.
They have to go in the opposite of Ohio
Yeah, I
State.
know,
What was it,
yeah.
the West?
Yeah, they'll be in Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they could.
I guess it would make sense they'd be in the West.
USC
Yeah.
and UCLA play November 19th.
Yeah, no, so they have some more tough games coming up, but I mean, right now it's just, I don't know how you take Georgia, Clemson 2, USC 3, Bama 4. We'll see. Bama could be 1 by the end of the
Yeah,
year, so,
definitely.
but we'll see.
It's going to be interesting. College football is in full swing. Some good teams.
Oh, some
It's
good
gonna be